And welcome back. Happy Saturday. I think this is my first weekend edition of Grade A Power Plays. I'm your boy, Grade A Fantasy. Welcome back. I had to upload a show because I see so much potential and so much money being able to be made today. So I definitely wanted to put out a show before I go full fledged into my NASCAR research, qualifying for the Straight Talk Wireless 500 in Phoenix has finished and is completed. Stats are up, placing is there, the field is all set. But before I get into that, man, besides these early games, the 7 o'clock slate is absolutely full of power play opportunities. But let's get into a little recap of last night. I did talk about them, but I waited till later to put these bets in. I did get Cutter Gauthier and Jackson Lacombe, who was the only defenseman to get a power play point. Uh, I did get power plays on both sides. Patrick Kane, Sam Reinhart, and there goes Dylan Larkin and Alex DeBrincat, Kachuk. Kachuk also got another power play last night, so power plays did work and helped save the night. The combos were a bit of a loss, but I think we could recuperate those losses and still profit tonight with the 7 o'clock slate. So let's get right into it as I would like to break down my favorite plays. So he's the cover boy. He's back from injury. He got injured during the Olympics. Back comes Mr. Morrissey. With him back at the helm, Morrissey is able to just bring life back to the power play. And who does he come back against? The pathetic, basically worst penalty kill, worst 5-on-5 matchup. We're just gonna go full onslaught. It just seems like guaranteed money. Even though we got a Mark Scheifele plus 180, we're just gonna take everybody. We're gonna take Scheifele, Velarde for plus 230. Josh Morrissey's back at plus 240. Plus 260 for Cole Perfidi. Kyle Connor plus 165. Yeah, they're crappy odds, but guess what? All three of them hit. If all five hit, if they get multiple power plays, and let's just say 4 out of 5 hit, it's still a great profit with all these players. So we're just going to take the entire penalty kill one. Vancouver at Winnipeg at that. So last change. I was thinking of some onslaughting. But it's not worth it. I'm not even going to tap the game and show you what these guys will be for 2 points. It's really not worth it. But it's all about the power play, so we'll go with that there. I did also play today's goal scorer multiplier. So for every leg, the percentage boost gets higher. So I was thinking about doing 5, but I was like, let me keep it simple. Let me just go 4. And obviously the max you could put is $10. So what I did was Nikita Kucherov anytime goal at plus 125, combined with Kyle Connor anytime goal plus 120, my boy Dylan Gunther plus 190, Drake Batherson plus 230 against Seattle tonight. And I took all of that, $10, boosted 50% with the 4 legs, $705. We'll see if that works. And then, of course, since I saw the opportunity, if you want to put something on this bet, this seems interesting. The goal scorer for these teams to get a power play point. Montreal Canadiens to get 1 against LA. Utah to get 1 at Columbus. Carolina to get 1 at Calgary. Ottawa to get 1 at Seattle. And Winnipeg to get a power play point hosting Vancouver. If you take all these odds, I got these earlier. This is a 5-leg parlay for them just to get the power play point. Not who, just the team themselves. I think these are the best power plays for the day. We'll get into all these games. This will be probably the longest video as well, too. But all those guys, all those teams, 5-pick power play, plus $22.79. You're looking at $237 if each one of these teams can get a power play point. Montreal going against a slumping defense. And like I said, we still don't know if Byfield and a couple other players are still going to return. So that just weakens LA even less. I think Doughty is back off injury. But Byfield, I think it's LaFerriere and somebody like just that middle six. And then ever since Panarin got there, the defense for Kopitar and Kempe has just been absolutely horrible. So LA is a target to get at, even though Montreal will have an early game after playing late last night. Utah, it's Columbus. Elvis Merzlikins is playing. The only thing, and we'll talk about that actually next too. Uh, you have to wait to see if Sergachev is a game time decision. Luckily, it's a 7 o'clock game. If not, and I'll talk about this now, but we'll have to wait for it. I'll just tap the option. But if Sergachev is once again ruled out, he scored a power play point in his last game, and this is also a great power play matchup for Utah. Then we'll go straight into. I'll be looking to probably pick a couple of these guys, but where is he? Bingo. Sean Durgy for plus 360. I'll also show you what I did for my power play parlay, PPQB parlay. But like I said, there's some people that would be nice to pick. I just don't know if they're playing yet. So I just took what I had. And before things get late or things probably get moved, I decided to just take what I wanted. So if we go back to the bets, Carolina to get a power play point against Calgary. Solid penalty kill, but it started to drop off. And like I said, they traded Rasmus Anderson, Uyghur, Kadri's gone. So that the defense has gotten worse. You're basically getting Coleman Backlund, who's a bit of a resistance, but there's not much behind them when it comes to the penalty kill. And then, of course, like I said, the two best power play spots tonight are Ottawa going against the second worst PK in Seattle and Winnipeg going against the worst PK in Vancouver. Anything else I would like to go over? That's the scoring parlay. I think I did do something else. Yes, my power play quarterback. I did the round robin. Not much money, obviously. This one is rounding around $329, or you could just say $330 if the round robin totally hits. Obviously, if other bits and pieces, if one or two hit, then we're looking at a $132 payout, $105 payout, and a $91 payout off $30 off a round robin. The parlay itself, looking at almost $430. I have Jake Sanderson for a power play point, Morrissey, and Lane Hudson against LA. Let's keep going on and checking the other games that I actually like to talk about in preview. We'll just skip all the way down. So we already talked about Vancouver and Winnipeg. Montreal and LA is interesting. I wish at least some of these power play points were higher. But like I said, we still got to wait for some injury news because we could get Byfield and a couple other people. Like I said, Doughty is playing. So I don't think Brent Clark is playable. But I guess you can wait for pregame to see like how it's lined up. Or see if there's any type of confirmation from like a morning skate from LA. Because obviously Montreal's not going to do a morning skate. They're just pretty much going to rest. And they're playing on the West Coast. So they played late last night. And then technically that game being at 7 is really at 4 in the afternoon. So very, very short turnaround. Probably like a 16 to 18 hour turnaround for the Canadiens on the road. But I already took Lane Hudson. Cole Caulfield looks decent at the plus 200. It's regular price and stuff. Slavkovsky plus 210. The Demidov plus 270. You got Nick Suzuki at plus 145. That's just way too low. I mean, I took Scheifele at plus 165, but at plus 145, you could get a decent combo point for that. So I probably will take Suzuki. But on the opposite side, this is still Montreal. So Panarin at plus 160. Kempe is still above 210. Like I said, either Brent Clark. I mean, the power. Let's be real. I understand the opportunity with Drew Doughty plus 550, but the power play is not good with Drew Doughty. It just really isn't. And that LA power play is really not that great. That's why I actually looked at this game, and I actually might skip it. But it's still stuff to have, and there's money to be made in the beginning part of the slate at 7 p.m. Because the other two games, you're going to have to wait and sweat those out. Because guess what? Those two games, after the Winnipeg, as you see here, after Winnipeg and the Kings in Montreal dropped the puck at 7:10, and also the Utah game is at 7:10, Carolina at Calgary, Ottawa at the Kraken, they're 10 o'clock games. You're going to have to wait and sweat these out. So let's go to Carolina. Here's the interesting thing about Carolina. I like their power play points. Probably by the time I'm ready to take them, unless I find something out, we have to see now. Gostisbehere, here's the thing. Gostisbehere got hurt the last game. So the news was Nikishin. You can either have Nikishin. They could probably either bring up Nikishin or they might do something like a Kanazari. I said Kanazari. They might Nikishin or maybe a Keandre Miller. What the thoughts and rumors are is they might keep Nikishin power play 1 and just move Keandre Miller into the power play quarterback 2 spot. Because Nikisha did, after Shane was hurt, after Shane got hurt, Nikisha did take power play 1. So if that's confirmed, and obviously DraftKings doesn't think Gostisbehere is going to play because, as you can see here, he's not on the roster, then possibly the money-making opportunity is Alexander Nikishin at plus 800 as the power play quarterback 1 for Carolina at Calgary. So that would be the most amazing play. We thought it was amazing when we got plus 700, plus 750 with Logan Stanley. No. Alexander Nikishin at plus 800. But the thing is, you have to see if there's any confirmation that, yes, Gostisbehere is going to be out. Because if his Gostisbehere is out, Nikishin will take that. And other interesting options that I did see from the last game, they did have Jordan Stahl playing the bumper. Jordan Stahl is at plus 575. And then, of course, you got the regulars. It looks like they bumped Ehlers to the power play 2. So he's still plus 300. But you still got to wait for the alignment. But from right now, I am 65, 70, maybe 70, 75% sure that what it's probably going to be if they knock down Ehlers is Sebastian Aho plus 170, Svech, Jarvis. Basically, Carolina 1. Jarvis rounds out that line with the plus 200 prop. Then they have Jordan Stahl playing one of the playing bumper, 575, and Nikishin at plus 800. At plus 800. So that's what you have to look out there. It's just a case of sweating it out all the way to 10 o'clock. Or if you're lucky enough to find out that news, then you can play it. Then you can get it before Nikishin's plus 800 drops. That's the one thing I don't want. I would love to. I mean, I'm not going to complain if I get that plus 700. But the fact that you could get a power play point for plus 800, then, hey, you got to be able to take advantage of that. Now, in the last game that I want to talk about today, once again, Ottawa, Kraken. The power play opportunity, these look great. I love them all because it's the one team where it has consistent 200s and just some nice prices between 2 and 300. When we go to power play points, Timmy Stutzla, plus 180. We got Brady at plus 190, and then everything is in the 200s. Cousins plus 240, Batherson plus 270, and like I said, I have Jake Sanderson plus 290. I have him already in the round robin parlay. Like I said, I would love to put some of those 800s and 5-somethings in there. I'm just not sure that they're going to be there yet. They could switch things up. They could call somebody up. So I still remember a long time ago, one of my favorite hits of all time, Ty Smith. They called him up when Shane Gostisbehere was out. Ty Smith came in. All of a sudden, it was the biggest odds that I had at that point then. He was plus 500. I forgot who the team was, but Carolina instantly got a power play within 5 minutes, and Ty Smith was actually the one that shot it. Forget passing to Aho, forget passing to Jarvis. Ty Smith was the one that had it from the top in front of the blue line and got the power play point. And it was, once again, I put 10 on it. It was the easiest $60 ever made, or quickest $60 ever made. So that's the roundup right there. I love Ottawa's opportunity tonight. I will be putting down some of these prices later. That's what I like. Everything that I have here is what I have in my notes and what I want to play. Like I said, injury news. We got to see what happens to Gostisbehere if he plays. Obviously, it's late enough that if Gostisbehere plays, Gostisbehere can get added. It's a 10 o'clock game, not a 7 o'clock game. So that's one thing. Then on top of that, in the Utah game, if Sergachev misses again, maybe Durzi gets his power play point for the second game in a row at a nice price. I didn't really focus on that game because I was focused on other things, but when he did come in for Sergachev, Durzi did get a power play point the last game. I forgot who they played, but he did get it at, I think, a plus 420. It was in the low 400s. So at plus 380 today, I will definitely take that solo with maybe some Gunther on that as too. Like I said, there are a lot of power plays opportunities today, but there's some injury news that we got to wait for. So loading up on Winnipeg. Definitely be loading up on Ottawa. I should be taking those pretty soon. But yeah, I'm just waiting for some Carolina and some Utah injury news, and then I'll complete that right then and there. But let's just get this going. Batherson, Cousins. I'll just take all these guys now just for the hell of it. Worst Ooh, we have an odds change. Jake Sanderson just jumped up to 300. So yeah, let's just do that right there. Let's just singles, place them all. There we go. Might as well just take that. It took that at the right time. So we got a price change there. So we got the entire Ottawa Power Play 1, Winnipeg Power Play 1 right there. So we're just waiting for some injury news to see what happens. Like I said, once again, we're just waiting to see what's going on with Carolina. And like I said, I'm also interested in Utah as well. Thank you for tuning into this Saturday edition of the Grade A Power Plays. This is your boy, Grade A Fantasy. Good luck tonight. Could this be the night that we hit at least a round robin? And after we did, it seems like we only get this once a week, but could this be where we hit the round robin and the parlay? And we're also sweating out, and we're also going to sweat out these parlays that we did today. Sweat these with me. Like, comment, subscribe, forward the video, like the video, leave some comments. Just let me know what's going on. What are you taking today? Thank you for tuning in for the Saturday edition of Grade A Power Plays. Good luck tonight, and I'm signing off.